Hello again. Welcome back to Mo's Bro Science. Basically, talking about working out for regular, normal people. Um, that's why I call it Bro Science, and that's why I call it lifting for regular guys. Um, Guys who want to be casual lifters. In other words, not everyone wants to be a guy who works out 24/7, have to live that lifestyle, have to watch what they eat, have to watch their calories, have to watch their fat intake, can't drink, can't have a good time, can't go to a party and live it up because they're too concerned about, their macros. They're too concerned about carb intake, fat intake, ratio of fats to carbs that you take, and how many calories have you taken in for today. You got to eat 6 times a day. No one wants that. I don't want that. I never wanted that. I never did that. My blog is for people who want to be casual lifters, who want to lift to look good, but to also be able to live life, right? I think if you've got to watch everything you do just so you can have some muscles, I don't know. I don't think that trade-off is worth it, right? That's not a good enough. That's not a good enough balance. I think you're giving up too much just to have some muscles, right? So you want to take your body and make it into what you want. So working out, in my opinion, is the same thing. You're taking what you're born with, what you're given, and you want to take it all the way to maximize it as well you can. But then again, you don't want to just do that and then leave everything else in life alone, right? And how to achieve that good balance with working out and having a full life, right? It's the balance. So I'm going to do a multi-part series, right? And how I go about doing this, and hopefully someone can gain some insight in their own, for their own purposes. So I'm going to start out with this one. It's going to be number one. I'm going to do a series of, losing weight, gaining muscle, losing, what's the best way to lift for younger people, what's the best way to lift for middle-aged people, and what's the best way to lift for older guys like, myself. Because you have to do it differently, right? So this is number one. This is the first in the series. And so today I'm going to talk, and I'm going to do them very quickly because I think, I want it to be out there. I want it to be known. So in this one, I'm going to talk about what's the first thing you got to do when you go to a gym, right? What's the thing you got to know? You got to know what you want to do, right? And what do I mean by that? In other words, what's your goal in the gym, right? You've already determined that you want to take control of your life, right? You want to do something. You want to have a better body. You want to have better health. So you've taken the goal. You've taken the step, what you want to do, right? So you've taken the step, you're going to the gym, right? But when you go to the gym now you got to start fine tuning, right? You got to now figure out what is it you want to do when you go to the gym. Do you just want to go there and do what, right? Are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to gain weight? Are you trying to gain muscle? Are you trying to lose muscle? Or are you trying to lose fat and muscle, right? The first thing you got to know before you start working out is, what is it really that you're trying to do? And I guess it starts with who you are and what you look like, right? Are you trying to lose some weight? Are you trying to gain some weight, right? It all comes down to two things, right? You can go in two directions. Are you looking to lose weight, or are you looking to gain weight? Because you've got to know what type of workout to do to achieve your specific goal. Case in point, the guy at the gym last Friday, I spent the first hour basically in the locker room just talking with this guy. And I've seen him for a while and he's working out, but all he's doing is he's copying what everyone else is doing in the gym. He's doing what the rest of the normal, regular, skinny guys are doing. And that is, he's working out heavy. He's lifting heavy. He's lifting with low reps. In other words, say on a bench press, he's doing 3 sets of 12 reps, then 10 reps, then 8 reps, or so, and then in each of those sets, he's increasing the weight. So what he's doing is he's working out to gain muscle, right? That's a progressive resistance type of workout he's doing. That's what most people do. That's what young guys do when they go in the gym. That is a good thing to do, right? That's what I would suggest you do too. But to his story, he's a big guy, so he starts telling me, man, I got to change what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I ask him, what do you mean? He says, I'm working out, but I haven't lost any weight, you know. So I don't know if I'm progressing or not. So I then have to ask him, what's your aim? What's your goal? What are you trying to do? He goes, I just want to get smaller, man. I want to lose some of this fat. So I look at it, you can see from his body, right, where, he doesn't have much muscle on him. He's mostly fat, right? But he's a strong guy, right? It's in his genetics. He's got power in his tendons, his ligaments and tendons. That's where his strength comes from. He's got strength. He doesn't have power because he doesn't have much musculature, so he has no explosive ability, but he has strength. So if he grips you, he's going to hold on to you. That's strength. There's a difference between strength and power, right? Musculature gives you power, but it doesn't really give you strength. Nothing gives you strength. You're born with that, right? So he's got a lot of strength. So what he's been doing is he's just seeing what everyone else is doing, and he's just lifting weights, thinking that's going to achieve his goal. So in the end, he has to create a workout plan that's right for him. He's not tailoring a workout plan for his own goals. So as it turns out, he just wants to lose some fat, right? So I challenged him to this. I said, stop what you're doing, stop the workout you're doing right now, right? And as you go in there to the gym today, do this workout. On every exercise you do, say you do chest, you do back, you do shoulders, you do legs, you do arms, you do abs, whatever. Instead of doing 3 sets and doing low reps, give me 4 sets, but cut the weight that you're using in half, right? If you're using 100 pounds to do your benching, just say, if you're using 100 pounds to do your benching, do it with 50 pounds. But instead of giving me 12, 10, or 8 reps, give me 20 reps on each of those 4 sets. And then tell me if you can make it through, all the way through that exercise, right? It is torture. But what that does, right? What that type of routine does, especially for a guy like him, that routine stimulates the long distance muscle, right? The type 2 slow twitch fiber. I might have that backwards, I'm not sure. But it's a slow twitch fiber, right? That type of exercise stimulates. In other words, that type of musculature, like long distance runners, right? They need a lot of work to grow their muscles, because their muscles is not powerful like the type 1 fast twitch, like a sprinter, right? The slow twitch muscle needs a lot of exercise, needs a lot of work, a lot of reps. So what I'm pushing him to do is do a lot of reps with low weights, and that will stimulate growth. Believe it or not, because both types of muscles can grow, but you gotta hit them differently, right? That type of muscle uses a lot of oxygen, right? The slow twitch fiber uses a lot of oxygen. It's very aerobic, right? So when he's working out, he's not only during the workout is he burning a lot of fats, right? Using a lot of energy from his body for that workout than he would a normal workout. He's building a certain type of muscle that, when stimulated and grows, uses more of oxygen, uses a lot more oxygen, right, from your body. So he's gonna be, even after he's done with his workout and he gets home, he's gonna have the after effect, the afterburn effect, where his body's gonna be continuously calling for more oxygen. So he's gonna be oxidizing more fat, getting rid of fat from his body long after he's done with his workout, because he's stimulating the type of muscle that helps you burn fat, right? Instead of stimulating the fast twitch fiber, which doesn't burn fat, it's very anaerobic, but it's good for power and speed, right? But it's not. But the type 1 muscle fiber is not good for burning fat. So if you want to gain muscle size, you want to hit the type 1 right off the bat, and that's what his exercise was doing. But he doesn't have much type 1 in his body, right? So he's kind of going against the wind, whereas he could get a better bang for the buck by stimulating the type of muscle that he does have, right, which is distance muscle, which is an anaerobic type muscle that uses a lot of oxygen. Stimulate that, burn a lot of the fat from your body as you're working out, and when you get home, it will still be working out. It's like doing a high intensity, intermittent exercise, right? HIIT. The good thing about doing HIIT instead of steady state cardio is that HIIT has the afterburn effect, right? When you stimulate certain types of muscles, you get the afterburn. So 24 hours after you're done with HIIT, you're still burning energy, still burning fat. Whereas a steady state cardio, like just a half an hour jog, burns fat, burns energy while you're working out, but that's it, it stops there. So it's the same with this workout that I asked him to do. It's a high intensity intermittent workout, right? You're using the type of muscles that you want to use that require a lot of energy, require a lot of oxygen as well, right? So it's basically, he's doing 45 minutes worth of high intensity intermittent exercise, right, with weights. So he's not only stimulating muscle growth, right? He's stimulating muscle growth of a certain type of muscle fiber, right? So that's for him. And then I also suggested that you know, you do about 45 to 50 minutes of that type of workout, and then do 15 to 20 minutes of high intensity cardio when you're done, right? He shouldn't be focusing on heavy weights, because it's going to do is going to build him more size. When you got fat under you and you build muscle, all you're going to look like is an even fatter guy, right? Unless you can burn off that fat. So the first thing he needed to do was stimulate that type of muscle, and then grow that type of musculature, which will cut down fat, right, on his body. And then he can now start slowly switching into the type 1 lifting, right? Type 1 fiber stimulation, right? So that's it for him. And I mean, that was what gave me the idea of to do this video. Your workout routine needs to be tailored to what you look like, right? Where you're starting from. So that was him, because he's fat, he's got a big body, right, and a lot of fat, and he's trying to cut that down, but he was doing the wrong type of exercise, right? He was working out the wrong way. So, you know, I steered him in the right direction, and that's what I do in the gym all day long. Everyone comes to me for advice in the gym. So that's what gave me the idea to do these videos, put it online, because I'm doing this all the time anyway in the gym. People are asking me, so I'm like, you know what? I seem to be like this guy that everyone wants to ask, you know, advice from. So let me put it out for free on the internet, right? So this is my thing for today, right? You got to know what you're trying to do in the gym, and I think the whole gist of that whole story I just gave you is to impress upon you the idea that you need to know where you're starting from and what you're trying to achieve, right? But now, say you're going into the gym and you're a skinny guy and you want to gain muscle, right? Your workout routine wouldn't be the same as this guy's, right? Because you're not going to go anywhere. Now, just the opposite now. Say you're a skinny guy and you start your workout, and your goal is you want to gain muscle. Well, what's the best way to do that, right? But the best way, now, if you're a skinny guy, is just the opposite of that, right? So that's going to be part 2. I'm going to start into what happens now if you're a skinny person and you want to gain weight fast. You want to gain muscle fast. You don't want weight. Weight alone is nothing. You got to be hard, right? You got to be hard. And that's what I'm about to go do. I'm about to go to the gym and go work out today. That's you know, I'm doing this video before the gym today, finally. Please go to my YouTube site. Give me a thumbs up if you like, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow that. So please stay tuned. Go to my YouTube site. Once again, I ask everyone to do this. and give me a thumbs up and give me a subscribe. So once again, Bro Science Mo coming at you, right, with some advice.